welcome to Two Queens and Crystal Things, the podcast where we are on some manifest your life, shift your mind, and raise the consciousness type of shit. I am Christy.
And I am Mia, and you can consider us your spiritual girlfriends for the next hour. Okay, you guys, so last week we talking about going through the spiritual journey while you're in a relationship. And your partner is not on the same page, is non-interested, don't want to hear it, don't want to experience it with you. They're not there in their journey. So, how do we get through that? So one thing to remember is that some people are only supposed to get one version of you for a specific time frame. Mm-hmm. So one, that person could be the push to get you going on your journey, and they may not supposed to go with you. And the other thing to remember, you guys, is everybody's on their own journey, their own time. If this is, someone, your soulmate or your twin flame, which then you will be the leader in your household to help bring them into theirs. So it really depends, but the point is to keep going. We hope it was the episode was helpful for you, and we want to thank Brittany, especially, who asked us if we could address the question. So thank you, Brittany.
Thank you, Brittany.
All right, you guys. So Christy, what are we talking about today?
So today, trying to stay in the vein of love for this month, because it's February, Valentine's. Times. Valentine's Day, and all of that good stuff. So we're trying to focus on love a little bit. So we're talking about twin flames and soulmate relationships. These two words, you've heard them. They are tossed about crazily within the spiritual community and even outside of the spiritual community, especially twin flames. And so we're going to discuss this evening. And I feel like I'm just now understanding the difference between the two. So we're gonna discuss this.
Yes, I feel like I'm learning a little bit more about that too. So okay. Some of you listening can probably think of a time where you heard, your girlfriend, one of your homies say, they met their soulmate. Or she's looking for her twin flame. But a lot of people, tell you something about that twin flame. Woo, baby. But many people don't really know what a twin flame is.
Correct.
Or the difference between a soulmate.
Yes.
There is definitely a difference. So, should I go through what a soulmate is real quick?
Yes, let's go through what a soulmate is.
So, a soulmate can be anybody in your life. Your soulmate can be your pet. Your soulmate can be your best friend, your mama. There's a lot of different ways for a soulmate to occur in your life. So, if you think about ourselves as our spiritual selves or as our soul selves. Mm-hmm. We came with a tribe. There was a bunch of us that came together around this same time. Mm-hmm. So that makes us a little community. And we stay attracted to each other in each other's lives over and over and over again. So literally, if there's people that you feel like, I know this person, this is somebody, like I feel a connection to them. I know them. And, it feels kind of deja vu-ish. Mm-hmm. That could be a soulmate where you have that type of relationship. Like how you say, you meet somebody like, I know you from someplace. And it might turn out that you have not met them in this lifetime, but you know them, soulmate.
Yeah. Nope.
So, and like I said, it could be your child. I tell you, so it's not necessarily just a romantic thing.
Yeah. But your soulmate can also be your twin flame.
Yes. Now let's talk about that twin flame, Christy.
Yes. So twin flame. So, okay. To just simplify it, basically a twin flame is someone who challenges you in different ways and brings up areas within yourself that you need to really put your attention on. There are lots of lessons from the twin flame. It's very intense. Like, the relationship is very intense. There's a purpose behind it. But the purpose of a twin flame and the purpose of a soulmate relationship are two different romantic bonds. But the romantic bond in a twin flame is like, you can't, like, it's fire.
It's soul contract type of situations, and you can't depart from each other until you or them have completed their side of the contract. You guys, and that's the thing. Keep going. I'm like, because that's the, woo!
Yeah. But no, as a twin flame, you are literally looking at yourself like you're looking at yourself in the mirror.
Yes.
And this, like, that type of relationship, that connection is the strongest mirror of yourself in this lifetime. And a lot of people, I think that's one of the reasons they struggle with twin flame relationships, because it shows them so many areas of themselves that they need to work on, but they're just not ready to. So something else, like with the twin flame relationship, once you meet your twin flame, your life is forever changed.
Wait, so let me say this, add this one little piece to it. Once you meet them, your life is forever changed, but in the process, because sometimes this can, it's all in how you guys wrote your contract. It could be a beautiful, uplifting, ascending relationship where you're just like, and you guys are just harmony, because that's what you asked to learn in this time, to experience in this time. But that twin flame, baby, it could also rock your world, shake you to your core.
Man.
Where you, but where you start to ask, who the hell am I? Like, what is happening? And that was their purpose. And look, we've all had these type of relationships, and if you haven't, you will, where it just sometimes it doesn't make it, like you're like, I don't understand my stupidity in this time.
I don't know why I keep going back.
I just like this makes no sense. There's nothing in my life that aligns with this behavior that I have right now.
Yeah, and it's like it's like you can't.
Yeah. And the interesting thing about twin flames is that sometimes, like, the feeling will be so intense that it's not somebody that you actually end up being in a relationship with. Sometimes you guys wrote it that it has to end so that you or them can evolve to something else.
Yeah.
But it would be that person that, I don't care what happens, it's like, this, I can't let go.
But
like, it will always be in your heart. It's like a permanent etching in your heart. And sometimes, and you will get, especially if it's a painful one, you will get through it and past it. But it's just a relationship that you will always remember. Like, it's just.
And there are twin flames who are together
Yes.
for long term.
Yes, absolutely.
Again, it's whatever contract y'all created.
But you know what, though? I think what I feel like gives me hope when I'm having these moments, I remind myself that I wrote it like this, that I designed it like this. And then that makes me have faith in this journey, because even though I clearly have a flair for the dramatics in my life story when I was writing it,
Now I want some cheese.
I trust myself to know that I didn't write this story for it not to be what I would consider a happy ending. So when I'm having those moments, I just feel like what the hell is happening? Why is this happening? What did I do that for?
Man.
I remember, okay, this is a lesson. You designed it, so go through this. Like, don't try to push it away, because you brought this up for a reason. And I just remind myself, like, I know me. I like happy endings. I'm a Hallmark Channel watching ass woman.
She is.
I know, even if it doesn't come out like I believe that I want it at that time, I have so much faith in knowing that it was supposed to be like that.
I have to admit, that helps me too.
Yeah.
Like, when I'm thinking, I was like, okay, Chris, you must have really had an issue with this, because, okay, with the whole thing with me not getting paid at work, I'm like, you must really, like, have this thing with money, this energy with money or something. Why am I here to learn this lesson? Because I don't understand. Yeah, that is a thing.
So wait, go back to, you said twin flames are a mirror. Because we talk about this a lot, about like relationships being mirrors of who we are. Let's deep dive into it a little bit more, right? So I think that this is mine. when you're in relationships, and I mean, I can even think like Jade is a mirror for me too. Like I think about my daughter. Like I think about in romantic relationships, where you feel tested and tried, and you looking at yourself, and it's, you know how you have that one, you're like, I just can't stand this part of this person. When I tell you, if you turn that mirror around real quick, you'd be like, oh hell, this is me. And so that's what, like that twin flame versus, you know, somebody else that you're dating and they just, you know, they rock you to your core. The twin flame thing, there's a moment you'd be like,
There's
oh
lessons.
hell no,
Right.
this is me.
Mm-hmm.
And it that kind of shakes you to your core for real, and you got to start backpedaling, rethinking your life, and that might be the purpose for what that twin flame was.
That's exactly the
Do you know?
purpose. Yeah. Because if you think about it, I mean, those twin flame relationships, those relationships come in and teach you a lesson. Like you're able to step back and you'll be like, oh, that is the reason why this person came in my life.
Oof.
But then you also have those relationships where you have drama and they're gone and you're just like, what was that?
Right. That was. What's his name again?
Right.
No, for real. Like seriously. I can literally be like, oh.
Seriously. But those twin flame
And
relationships.
I can't remember the name, but it's some relationships I'd be like, I would never forget that one right there.
Right. Because there are lessons. I mean, honestly, lessons and blessings from those relationships where you learn so much about yourself. But it definitely takes, it takes a certain level of awareness to be able to do that, to be able to step away from those relationships and be like, okay, this taught me something.
So,
what do you think?
Passion with twin flames relationships.
Oh yeah, passion is a thing. Like flame, like
hot.
burn this bitch down. Like it is steamy. I mean, it is.
So that's true.
It's hot.
I mean, and then okay. So I just, you know how I have this penchant for arguing both sides of a point. So one side of me is like, oh my God, it's the best thing ever. But the other side is like, but seriously, we need to be realistic and honest with the audience about what this is. So I'll tell you one beautiful thing about twin flame relationships. It's not one-sided. Mm-hmm. So you know how you crush on somebody and you are just in love, but they don't feel the same way. They don't see the same attraction. You're looking at them like, oh my goodness, you literally are an angel. And they're like, you cool. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you're like, how do you not feel what I'm feeling? In twin flame relationships, y'all both know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a chasing type thing.
Yeah.
This is like, think of it as just like if you think of a soul being born and splitting. That's the twin flame. So the intensity is, goes both ways. Even, and this is the thing, you know how I said, like, this will be the relationship that you'll never forget. It's the same for them. So I know sometimes there may be some people who are just like, we don't talk anymore. Do they think about me? If it's a twin flame relationship, if you're thinking about them that way, they're thinking about you too. Mm-hmm. It's a mutual understanding.
Do you think Jason and I are twin flames?
Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You've been rocked to your core in low and high. Mm-hmm. And yes, y'all are still. And you just got to the juicy part of the journey. It's like, it's almost like, and this is what I feel about my relationship. It's like, been through so much. And I know for a fact that one is my twin flame. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, oh my goodness. But the ups, you have like the ups and the downs. And I feel like when you make it past all those lessons and you get to that sweet spot, ooh, your reward is to walk all up in that juicy, like the bliss, like, and you know what? And it's almost like you appreciate it more. Like, man, I can't believe we made it. Yeah. it's a like, yeah. I mean, like literally, my heart is about to jump on just even because that. I mean, I just and I would say this is why having such a good and deep relationship with yourself and your higher self, your divine self, is so important. Because if we don't allow ourselves to be still enough to listen to our higher self, who's telling you like, yo, this the plan, we built this, let me show you the blueprints.
Right. And let me give you the cliff notes.
Right. If we don't allow ourselves to be still enough within ourselves and go through and attack those things that we need to work on, instead of acting like they don't go away, sometimes we will miss it. We will miss it. And some people go on life and they never find out. They just close themselves off. And then some people get really, really, really late in life and they go, oh, crap, that's what it was. And so, and the thing is that I'm most afraid of, like when I think about stuff like this, is like, I don't want to come back and do this same lesson again.
Oh, no, we already talked about that. Because if you
don't get it,
we already talked about that.
You know, you got to come back and do that. And I'm like, I already told you this is my last one. So I'm getting, and that's why, like, when I say, I'm like, no, I'm getting all these lessons. This is my last time. I got someplace to go.
We're not doing this again.
No.
I liked hearing this concept. It said that, okay, so not only do twin flames bring fire into your life, but they burn old mindsets, habits, and karma.
Say that one more time.
Twin flames not only bring fire into your life, but they help to burn out old mindsets, habits, and karma.
Absolutely. Yes. Because, look, I'm like, I had to pause me and not get too, let me get too technical. Okay. Because I'll say it. In order to put in the new, you got to get rid of the old.
Yep.
And so sometimes you can get rid of the old. You have like a cleaning brush, some soap, and you're just like, I'm getting rid of the old. Some people have to get rid of their old by a whole fire. Burn this thing to the ground. Of course, that hurts. And you have the ashes and the remnants that you're trying to deal with and walk through. And it's so hurtful to get rid of those old patterns. And sometimes I would tell you this. I'm not even going to say sometimes. I definitely feel like twin flames are definitely a part of you clearing out your old patterns and opening yourself to a whole new mindset. Yeah. And like I said, it could be beautiful. Like, this is the most amazing. Some people have some amazing stories. Like, when they first locked eyes, they knew from their first date they've never not been apart from each other for 40 years. I mean, like, this absolutely beautiful. And they, like, grew together and all. And it's like, let me tell you something. Stories. I was in jail after I tried to stab this dude, and now where? So, and that could be somebody else's story. So it's such an extreme. But when you think about your life and how you learn your lessons, you go back and think, like, some people, they wrote it so it's like, I like it smooth, like, I'm gonna take my time with this. And other people like, look, some of these lessons, y'all, I'm gonna need y'all to pop me over my head.
I'm like, okay, make it fast.
Right, make it fast. No, pop me over. Like, now, this is gonna hurt in 3D.
I don't care.
Hey, we not doing this. Pop me over my head. So I just think I love that quote. I just think they're so important in our life too.
Yeah. And it's interesting because there is someone that I met in this particular lifetime, and I know him from other lifetimes. But I also know that, like, we may have been together in other lifetimes, like in different capacities, but I mean, we might have had like a couple of lifetimes where we've had a romantic relationship, but I know specifically for this lifetime, there is nothing. But he still keeps like watching and observing my stuff. Like, he sent me a message the other day, but then he deleted it, so I couldn't see it.
Damn.
And like, I know that connection is strong, but I was just like, this is not the time.
Right.
Like, you're cool, and I can, like, and you just
is
feel.
Is this one of those I'll never forget this person type of And it's not like I will never forget them and you covet them, but or you know you're holding on to it. It's just like I will never forget this.
No, it's more of like deja vu. Like he feels like deja vu.
That's a soulmate. That's a soulmate. Yeah. I mean, just think about how you describe, you know.
Yeah, like there's nothing
like,
that.
Yeah, it's,
there's nothing because I already know. I was just like, yeah, no.
That's a soulmate.
Yeah.
Like I know you, but it's not that, you know.
Right.
That's the flame.
But I think it's because we both feel very familiar with each other. I think that's the reason why he's like, well, I don't understand why we're not closer, or I don't understand why we're not together. If we both like have this feeling of just like knowing. Anyway.
That's interesting.
Anyway, but you know, so I mean, who knows? Sometimes you may. And you can let me know if you've had this situation, but sometimes you may run into people who feel familiar, like you know them, and it's just like, this isn't the lifetime for us to have that relationship.
I see you next lifetime.
Right.
Wait a little while. Okay. You know, I've.
That's a good one.
There's a couple of people I feel like I've known before, romantically, but I have more of that with like people like you. I'm like I know her, I'm and it, you know, and now because of what I can do with it, I can sometimes they'll show me what somebody looked like when I met them before. Like, where did I just go? Oh, I went to go see my sister, and we're at this wine tasting place, and somebody comes up and just talking. I'm like, I don't know this person, but I'm like, I know them. And as they're talking, I'm listening, and they're kind of looking at me like, do we know each other? I'm like, I don't even live here. I live in Chicago. She's talking to me, and they show me what she looked like before. She was a man, probably looks kind of Arabic, just. And I'm like, you know, of course I can't go around saying this to people because it's weird. Right. But she's like, I know. I mean, your face looks so familiar.
Yeah, and so funny.
And I'm like, you look familiar too. But it's sometimes this is when we really tapping into that third eye. See, like I'm seeing with my heart, not my hands. You know what I mean? Like without my eyes, and it's more of. So it's not. I feel like I've seen before. It's like I've felt you before.
Yep.
I've felt this energy. Because, you know, energy never dies.
No, it doesn't.
And so your energy is like your thumbprint in the universe. So when somebody sees that thumbprint, it's like your special color. They're like, I know that color. You know, your name used to be this, or you used to be a light body that looked like this. But I know your energy. Even if I don't know this avatar, I don't recognize the avatar. And I think that is beautiful to me.
Yeah, no,
because like how does that not make you feel like we're gods? Like I don't understand. Like what? I recognize your soul. Come on, but we just miss this stuff.
Yeah, because we think it's too woo woo.
Woo 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 woo
woo woo woo woo. Okay, so does everyone have a twin flame?
Absolutely.
Do you think there could be a lifetime where you don't meet a twin flame?
If you choose not to.
Okay.
I definitely think. Wait. Let me. Do you think everyone has a twin flame?
Mhm.
I'm trying to think.
I think so.
So you know, again, those chapter books where you make a decision at the end of the chapter.
Yep.
And okay. So I kind of feel like for you not to have met, you either met your twin flame and just refused to get the lesson.
Yep.
Or in the chapter book, you chose a different way because we still have free will, and you decided that you were just going to ignore it.
Mm-hmm. And then we talked about this too. There are some people that are just here, you know, and their purpose is not necessarily to evolve or to ascend. Their purpose
is true.
Their purpose is to just like be background noise.
Because I'm telling you, y'all, the Matrix is glitching.
There are a few of y'all out there.
Y'all, the Matrix is glitching. What? Okay, real quick, I want to bring up
Oh, Jesus, good.
Cutting cords.
Ooh, I'm not doing that anymore.
Okay,
I'm not about that life.
So wait.
No more.
So I'm sure people are like, okay, I don't want to do this. It hurts. I can't do it. I don't want that story no more.
Okay.
It's a gift for chewing and talking.
Me was chewing and talking. Eating
Excuse
cheese.
me, it was the Gouda.
Gouda's bad.
Sorry, okay. But you
Are
can't
you
cut
good?
cords with twin flames. You can never cut the cord of a true flame bond. It's an unbreakable connection. It's like Lord of the Rings, forged in a fire. It is.
You know,
done.
I've never seen Lord of the Rings. I know, don't shush.
You know, you will love it now. You will like love it. We gotta talk about that. Okay, Christy, what? I'm about to go watch all the Harry Potters again. Cause now I know a little bit more. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's really interesting as far as cutting a cord. I've had a couple people asking to cut cords.
So okay, but with the twin flame, you can't.
Yeah.
You literally can't cut the cord.
So
So
then what
you,
if they're
that's
not-
why you can't let go, no matter what.
What
Or
if they're
how
not
hard
supposed to
the
be
journey
together?
is, huh?
What if they're not supposed to be together?
See, that's you. It doesn't mean that you guys are together. It means that we're going to fulfill whatever I came to do to you, and whatever you came to do to me. We're going to fulfill this. You can't cut that. So you just can't let go of it until you go through the lesson. That's why, like, we have to be present with ourselves. First of all, remember everything is temporary.
Yeah.
When I say, and this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And since we know everything is temporary, as we go back to trusting ourselves, trusting our design to go through this. So that's why you just like, sometimes it's like, this makes no sense to me. I can't let go. Because your soul knows what it's here to do, and it yearns for that. And it's going to be like a magnet. Like, I feel like that show Sex Life
Ooh, yeah.
on Netflix,
Yep.
her husband is her soulmate.
Yep. And the other guy is her twin
That
flame.
is her twin flame.
Ooh,
She can't.
child.
You see, she don't even. It makes absolutely no sense. None. Like, her husband fine too.
Sometimes it's not about the looks. It's about that connection.
That's what I'm saying. Some of this stuff doesn't make sense. So you'll look at somebody who you would consider to be absolutely beautiful, with someone you like, where does Mucka Duck come from? And they in love. I mean, like, everybody's like, they have to be acting. Like, what is happening?
No, like,
And
I
have
get it.
nothing to do with none of that. Your twin flame, it defies everything that makes sense. You're like, what the heck? What am I doing?
But the sex is good. Did you hear that? Let me say that again for the people in the back. But the sex is good.
Big purr. So I'm just saying. Okay. Now that we get that out of our system, because we're some kids.
But also something else that I think we were kind of leading up to is that twin flame relationships also cause some like soul
Chaos.
acceleration.
Acceleration, yes.
Through the
yes.
chaos, yeah. Like, but it's
No,
like
but acceleration too.
it's one of the quickest ways that you evolve. You know, through a twin flame relationship. Man, that's like, you need to ascend quickly. That twin flame relationship will do that for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I just. Whew. I wonder, do you think people can have more than one twin flame?
That's a good question. I do.
Yeah. So wait, but
Because I feel like my ex-husband was a twin flame.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of growth from that relationship. A lot of lessons learned.
One?
You said what?
Just about one?
You said what?
You talking about number one?
Yes, number one.
I agree.
Yes, because I've been married so many times.
See, I knew you. I would see. I didn't want to say the Negro's name.
Yeah. Yeah. So one was definitely a twin flame. Two was just that was just a something to do. I mean, no, and I feel bad. No,
Oh my God.
No, and I feel bad for saying that, but that really is in fact. Like I just no, like I needed to move on, and
Oh Jesus, help me.
anyway, so I'll go back to twin flames. Yay, twin flames. Okay. So yeah, you have some personal soul acceleration that'll cause you to evolve quicker than before.
You know the other thing. Sorry, just made me think about. There's something about them that feels like home.
Yes, it's like this. Yeah.
And it's so interesting when I look back at my journal, and I look where, or I'm talking about how I want to feel with the love of my life, and like I would just put all these characteristics and moments in. I keep writing. I need them to feel like home. When I didn't know what that really meant, but I definitely think that even if it's on bullshit, you're like, I don't know why. It's just like I'm home.
Yeah. It's true though. Like even when you are by someone and you can smell their breath.
Oh yes.
When they inhale and exhale out of their nose, not like, mouth breath, but you can smell their breath. Like, and then it's like, that is you, like, you know them. Like, that is the one thing that is just like, that feels like home. Just when I smell that.
That's interesting.
It's like,
I love that.
And like, even in the chest, like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this was made for me. Like, this right here, that's all me.
Not perfect. Right, this on me.
It's on me. But yeah, and it's just like this unconditional love. It's no matter what. It's like, look, I don't care. I already know. I'm cool with it.
It is what it is.
Right. You don't and you don't want to change them. Maybe you don't understand them, but it's just like, I don't know. I know that there are different types of twin flames.
Like you said, it's a quick growth. Like it's accelerated growth. And sometimes that growth is growth into each other more.
Ooh,
and sometimes that
like
growth
that.
is growth away from each other, but it's definitely accelerated growth.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's in, out, in, out, in, out. And I honestly feel like when it's the in, out, back and forth, that's getting to the. She said, "You nasty."
She nasty.
I'm
like, ooh, all of a sudden, that kind of feeling a little.
Wait, that did.
Sorry, you guys, we don't edit. We don't.
Wait, that did sound like that. Okay. The back. I can't even
Take
talk now.
two.
Right. Okay. The back and forth in relationship, we're out of relationship, we're in relationship. We're kind of in a relationship, arm's length, and then we're close. And I feel those type of relationships are one where you're ultimately supposed to be together. Because it's like I'm about to learn all these lessons on how to love and how to be vulnerable, with you, for you. So for us.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
you know what I mean?
I did that in and out stuff too, I understand.
You did that in and out.
I sure did. Relationship wise.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're talking about. Also, this is something that I thought was very interesting. No one can tell you who your twin flame is. Your heart already knows that.
Yes.
You'll see a lot of people who will, for money, they'll be like, I can tell you who your twin flame is, or, you pay me this money and I'll direct you to your twin flame. No, don't do that. You already know who your twin flame is. Your heart knows. Mm-hmm. So don't spend that money. Some people will take advantage. Be careful.
Okay, so this is my other thing I wonder about. So have you ever had you meet somebody and it's that heart stopping moment that like, just kind of stop, and it's like everything freezes and you can literally hear your heartbeat. Have you ever had that? See, I think that's not twin flame. I think that's that hot soulmate. I'm gonna tell you why. Because twin flame feels like home. So I feel like it's more of a knowingness, not a like heart pounding, like, oh my God, mouth salivating, what the hell just happened, vortex thing. It's like,
I feel like twin flame can be that too.
I don't really. I mean, I honestly, I'm kind of just. We were just talking, so it just made me think about it. I'm like, because I feel like because I connect twin flame so much to home and literally two back to one.
But
like
see, I also feel
a bigger flame.
yeah, but I feel like soulmate feels like maybe not home, but definitely a familiar place.
So okay, so you think that kind of heart stopping moment is what happens when you meet your twin flame? Because
Honestly,
oftentimes your twin flame not be your romantic partner.
Right. I mean, sometimes it can just be, it can be anyone. The heart stop and look, we're human too, so you know, sometimes we just like to.
I'm a little scribble in your business.
Yeah, I mean, I do. Yeah, I mean, I've met those people. I'm like, oh my gosh, you look, or you feel very familiar. Just don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I don't know. Like, there is this guy that was at the gym, and I don't care if Jason listens to this, but there was this guy at the this guy at the gym, really tall, and of course I couldn't see his face because he had a mask on. But I was just like, oh, like he just, I don't know. It was his presence that kind of stopped me. Like, oh, I took notice, which is something I don't do.
Right. That's the thing.
Yeah.
When you don't normally notice something, you're like, I for some reason, I like saw them.
Yeah. But I also think, because we also had that conversation too, it's like I'm going to be stupid to think that my significant other is not looking or finding other people attractive. Like, I look at people and I find other people attractive. We have eyes. Yes. So for me to pretend, or for him to pretend, we were just talking about this yesterday. It's stupid. Or day before yesterday. But yeah, I'm not going to say that guy's my twin flame, though, that I saw at the gym. I think, if anything, maybe he's like a soulmate. I don't know.
So did it feel like I know you from someplace?
Not really. No. I mean, it was just like, oh, okay.
That's just an attraction. Would that be soulmate? See, we figured it out.
I mean, honestly, well, you guys can, I mean, you can really take this to a whole nother level. I mean, I wouldn't say that he's like a soulmate. It was just someone I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm present. I see you. Got you. You know what I mean? But yeah, twin flames.
They're going to trigger the shit out of you.
Trigger, yes. But out of it comes a lot.
Flame.
But out of it comes a lot of really wonderful things, because, you know, the two of you, not only do you have your individual mission, but you also have your mission together that you have to fulfill. And so even though you'll be tested, it's like, it's a beautiful story, you know, that unfolds.
Yeah, that is absolute.
Yeah.
Man. It's Look, I'm like, I would say to definitely enjoy the journey, no matter where you are. And I know we get in these, we just feel like this is gonna be it forever, and then it changes. Yeah. And then when you get past that and a little bit further down the line, you're able to look at that moment and just like, oh my God, that was beautiful. I can't believe I got to experience that. No, you know, I mean,
I'm about to cry.
Like,
no, but yeah, that's so true.
I mean,
and I think about that too. And I recently put a post. It's like, you know, you've reached like this different level of love when you realize that you can let go of someone that you love, if you know that it's gonna make them happy, whether if it's with you or not. Like, and I just got to that point, and it's like with the guy that I'm with now. I tell him all the time.
That's where I am. It's like, I want this, but I love you so much.
I want you to be happy.
I want you to be happy.
Whether that's with me or not. And to me, that was huge, because for so many years I've been like, well, you know, me. But now I'm just like, you know, this is really all about you. I mean, you be happy by yourself, I be happy by myself, and let's be happy together. But if you are happier without, then that's okay. That took some. Ooh, that took some.
That's real talk, because we feel like our people. You belong to me.
No.
I own you.
As much as we want to feel that way, no, we don't. Okay, so what was your takeaway with twin flames?
I will say I have it to be open to going through whatever it is that you're going through. Don't try to skip the hard parts. Don't try to skip the high parts either, because sometimes it feels like an emotional roller coaster. It's like you have to get through it in order to get to the other side and see what it is that you're learning. And I feel like twin flames will help take you there.
Yep. I agree. So, I mean, I said this before. A lot of times, when we find ourselves in certain relationships that bring up something in us, it's there to reflect in us the areas that we need to work on and we need to focus on. So it's all a lesson. And I thought, honestly, I think once you change the way that you look at these things, it really does, the way that you view life changes. You mentioned something like that earlier.
It's and you can't even go back to you can't even go back to your former thinking.
Right.
But you can look back at that former thinking and be like, wow. And I thought I really understood something.
No.
It's just another. And you know what I mean? It's like you don't even talk about it because I don't even know how to explain this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. But yeah, it's just everything that comes from that point. Your decisions, your choices, your understanding, your ability to be empathetic, to be compassionate, and literally for real embrace what it means to love. Period.
Unconditionally. Because we were actually just talking about this before we started recording, is that a lot of people are ending their relationships, their marriages.
Yes.
And I think people have just gotten to a point where they're tired of being in relationships and not feeling happy. Or fulfilled. But
and I told her, I said, we were just saying, it's like it's like a time of literally polarity. You got some people who are just and it to the point where they're surprising their partners with yeah, I can't do this, out the blue type thing, and they mean that, and they're like,
I tried, but no thanks.
Right, I can't do this. And then you have people who are beginning a new, refreshing, falling in love, for the first time. You know what I mean? And so there's, Venus and Mars are aligned, but so that's some action and some love. Yeah, if people figuring it the fuck out, I just hope that everybody is. We keep ourselves open enough to be honest with ourselves.
Yes.
It's man, sometimes that the love that scares you
is what you need.
It's the love you need. If it scares you a little bit. And so oftentimes we get into relationships and it's we kind of settle, not because anything's wrong with the person, but we settle because we don't believe the way that we want to feel could happen. So we're just this is the safe option.
It's okay.
Cool.
I mean, it's all right. That's
right. It's
that was marriage number 2.
Whatever. We cool, But the problem is that yearning for what you for real want to feel and how the person wants you to feel will never go away. And you will be sitting there punishing that person that you settled for, who's a beautiful person, who got somebody who thinks they're the best thing ever.
Hush, Mia. Why you gotta tell my business? She's over here telling my business. Shh.
Just so we have to be honest with ourselves with how we feel. If there's one thing I would say, do not settle. Mm-hmm. Because I don't think, that love of your life, that there's no reason for you to settle. if you know what you want in a relationship. And then people tell you, like, that's crazy. Why you want that? And blah, 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 blah. And nobody's going to do that. And you're like, but I designed this. I know there's somebody who's going to do this. It's like, you know.
And this is what I'm worth.
And so when you start selling, then it's like you're literally punishing the person that you're with because they're not giving you the feel that you want to feel. And they over there.
Once you feel those feels, what you know you're supposed to be feeling, you're not feeling what the person.
Oh, and that's messed up. It's that's when it gets ugly.
Yeah. And
when you with somebody else and you feel something like, oh hell, this about to be bad.
No, for real. Like it's.
It's about to go down.
Man. And it's like once you have that feel, it's like that person I've been there. So yeah, don't settle.
Don't think I haven't been through the same predicament.
That's where we're speaking from, you guys. We speak from experience because life hasn't been bad. It's definitely brought some challenges, but it's been really great challenges.
It's a ride.
I wouldn't be here today.
It's a ride.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change a motherfucking thing. And I mean, I got some doozies in there. I mean, some doozies.
Me like, yeah.
I'll take my doozy woozies because I got to where I am. So,
all right. What's the temple work for today?
You guys, it's a full moon. Today is February 16th. It's a full moon tonight, so we're going to keep this real simple, guys. Make sure you do. So when you guys hear this, it'll be Friday. So you're still within the time where you can get the effects of the full moon. If you have not, if you have not done a ritual yet, we encourage you to do this. So when you think about the full moon, that's the time to release. It's like everything has come to a culmination and a completion. And now it's time to let go of the things that no longer serve us. So some tools you're just going to throw away. You don't need them anymore. So when you think about your life and where you are and where you're headed, what are the things that will no longer serve you in your quest? Write those down and let that be a relationship, an item, a career, anything that you know that no longer serves you. A lot of people are taking off their mask and awakening into themselves.
Yes, they are.
Let go of anything that is stopping you from awakening to who you are. If you need some help, let go of that first.
Yeah, you gotta release
it. So you're gonna write it on a sheet of paper. Sorry, I started preaching. Okay, you're gonna write it on a sheet of paper and then go outside under the full moon. You're going to say something to the moon. You know, I release these burdens so that they no longer are with me. As I release this, I walk in faith that what I'm letting go is never coming back. I mean, whatever it is that you want to say, and burn it. And just let that thing float away. Let that shit go. And know that it's gone. So imagine like a string kind of pulling something out. So it takes a little bit of time, just, but as it's coming out, you're releasing it because you have faith that I'll let that go. And then start dancing. Have a good time. No. That's it.
Good. Dancing is great. Helps to keep that vibe high. All right, so this week's featured crystal is purple chalcedony. I hope I'm saying that right. If not, you guys can let me know. Element is wind. Chakra, it's good for the crown and third eye. So purple chalcedony is purple. Oh. Is a pure stone of the violet ray. The violet ray radiated by purple chalcedony is also useful for those who wish to attract their spiritual twin or soulmate. As one is cleansed inwardly by the violet flame, one's true self begins to shine more clearly through the veils of the false layers of one's indoctrinated self.
Come on.
The frequency of this crystal aids those who feel bombarded by negative psychic information they pick up from people or from their environment. Due to its soothing and protective qualities, it's excellent for those who feel they are too sensitive to energy and it can assist these individuals in gaining more control and discernment in their psychic awareness. It also allows one to remain positively centered as one receives intuitive or energetic information from external sources, and prevents one from being thrown off center by negativity one may encounter on a psychic level. So, have you experienced purple chalcedony before?
No, I have not, but this sounds like a perfect stone for empaths.
Yeah.
I remember I think I was in an interview with Summer Walker where she was saying she's an empath, so sometimes those after concert meet and greet things is, like, everyone's bringing in their energy, they're all hyped up, and it was something to the effect, like, she said, it's too much for me. So, and I swear, when I remember hearing this, and I was like, man, she need a good stone to protect herself. Somebody got to tell this girl how to protect herself from that. But what you just described to me sounds like a perfect stone for somebody, for our empaths out there that feel all the energy around them. And unfortunately, we're running into a lot more lower vibrational energy in the world.
Yep.
And that can, bring you down. And then if somebody's too high, you feel off kilter. A stone like this is perfect.
Is there a message for the day?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Go love yourself.
Yes, love yourself under the full moon, you guys.
Wow, you just told our audience to go masturbate under the full moon. Wow.
I said love yourself.
No, I heard. I heard.
I said love. However you decide to do that. Me drinking a glass of wine is me showing myself some love.
You know what? I actually would love to do.
Actually, next week she'll probably talk about masturbating. Our interview.
Wait, that's not next week.
Yeah.
You're right. It is.
Yeah, I see you in the
Yeah. Should we tell them? No, we're not going to tell you. Just get your notebooks out.
Yes, we think it's time for you guys to tap into your sensual and sexual selves.
Wow. Stop. Make me joke.
Okay, thank you guys for listening to Two Queens and Crystal Things. Before you go, make sure to show us some love. Some of you said you couldn't find a place to leave a review. Someone's leaving a review somewhere because I'm seeing them. So wherever you guys can find them, we appreciate it so much. We really do. If you have any questions for us to answer for the next show, send us to them. Send
them to us.
There you go. Sorry, it's this wine.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's Pinot, what it is.
It's the Pinot Noir that Mia got for us. Yeah, or you can just message us on IG. We respond. And then don't forget to follow our personal pages, Wings Unleashed 444 and Christy R. Edwards. Thank you guys. Light, peace, love, and soul.